whenever you start these exercises and you look at the way a machine is set up for the next job, and you use tools like video, and you actually sit and you watch what actually happens for 2 hours during a set process, you start to realise that without actually investing thousands of pounds or millions of pounds on a single minute exchange of die, which may have been totally inappropriate for our business, there are lots of things you can do. Lots of things to get the work handling at the right level for the guys that are working it, to get the tools alongside the machine, and there are some great savings to be made.
But change hasn't come without difficulty. From the union perspective, consultation in the early days was lacking.
People have been working here doing the same working practices for 20, 25 years, most of them. And when they said we wanted to do it this way, then obviously that's when the trouble started, because they obviously thought they would lose their jobs, they would be cut down on times, have to work harder. But they thought it would turn into a sweatshop.
Activities like videoing required considerable trust building before they were accepted.
Video cameras, that took a long time to persuade the chaps that the video cameras weren't in to see what they weren't doing. It was to try and get the message over that because they've been doing something over a long period, they obviously thought there was no better way to do it. And you do, when you're on a certain set of machines, any machines, you work in your own little pattern and you get tunnel vision and you can't see the whole picture from the outside. And it was very difficult to explain that all the camera was doing was seeing where the waste of time was, not in man hours, but if you was carrying a component from A to B, it took, say, 20 minutes. If we brought something in, a bit of tool in or whatever, that would cut that down to 5 minutes. So it wasn't the fact that they wanted the men to work harder, it was a slicker, quicker way of doing things.
Progress so far is only a part of a continuous improvement process, which Messier Doughty recognised must be embedded in the culture of the company.
The next stages over the next year, 2 years, are really to try and integrate all the work we've done, which in its nature, because we've been training a lot of people over the last year, certainly in the tools and techniques of Lean, is to try and integrate those through and really focus on what our customer needs and take it right the way down the supply chain.